A woman's defiance turns a routine traffic stop into a felony case. The judge gives her one last chance, but her attitude may cost her everything. Later, another defendant pushes the court's patience to the breaking point, after skipping hearings 5 times in a row.
So was there another one and then this was an updated one?
No, because I thought this should be
Like this says this is an update. So is there an old PSI?
This is the old PSI that's in there. There isn't an updated one. She said the only update is this cover page.
Reflected on the cover page.
Right. So I don't know what that means. The only change reflected is the cover page.
They didn't do it updated. Because I spoke with Miss Johnny and she said this is the same one from the last PSI. The old one is.
Here's both of them.
I guess I don't understand why we got 2. I'm very confused.
Well, this was
Remind me.
where she had pled when you refused to go along to do it because she didn't accept responsibility for the crime.
Uh-huh.
And then we came back and she did accept responsibility, so we re-pled for the same.
Okay.
There was a different attorney involved on the first time and then I was appointed.
Yeah, she pled in May of last year. Was full deferred with Tom Burbank.
So nothing else was done as far as them talking to Miss Johnny about
No.
acceptance of.
The courtroom starts in quiet confusion. 2 reports, 1 uncertain story. But beneath this paperwork lies something deeper. A defendant torn between guilt and denial. And Judge Raquel West, or someone very much like her, has seen this pattern before. This isn't about a missing document. It's about accountability that still hasn't arrived.
Responsibility. They
I
didn't.
think Miss Johnny said they called and asked her for her updated address. And that was it.
Okay. So, Miss Johnny, I'm going to ask you again, and I know we probably went through this before. First of all, you're Kirsten Johnny. And Miss Johnny, I want to make sure, because in that previously you said you didn't do it, you were forced to do it because of your financial, you were forced to plea because of your financial situation, and that it wasn't fair. And so tell me what your position is now.
I never really said I didn't do it. I said it was an accident.
Okay.
I still feel the same way a little bit.
All right.
I'm not even gonna say I do feel the same way.
Now I understand, but you're not disagreeing that you didn't.
I'm saying it was an accident. Somebody grabbing you by your foot. That's like somebody accidentally hit you in the back of your head. You're gonna have something that's normal.
Well, right, because you were not complying with what they told you to do to get out of the car, correct?
I was pulled over because I was in a high. I stay in the area. I was pulled over because.
Hang on. Don't talk yourself out of this again. Because if you want to talk yourself out of it, we'll put it on the trial docket and we'll get it done in a few weeks and let a jury decide. Look at me. I'm actually trying to help you right now. Okay? If you had complied and just done what he asked you to from the very beginning of that stop, none of this would have happened. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah.
Yes, what?
Yeah.
No, do you agree? Listen to the question.
The tone hardens. You can almost feel the judge's patience thinning. The defendant keeps reaching for excuses, still not seeing how one moment of defiance spiraled into years of consequences. Would you call this justice or mercy?
Do you agree with that statement or do you disagree with that statement?
I don't want to lie.
You don't like it, do you? You don't think he should have done that?
It's not that. I feel like we was pulled over for no reason. If you follow.
It doesn't matter if you were pulled over for no. Listen to me. This is why we're hearing stuff all over in the news. It doesn't matter what you think. If a cop pulls you over, then you take the ticket for not wearing your seatbelt. This is all over not wearing your seatbelt. And here you are in felony court and you're still not taking responsibility for the fact that He said, hey, ma'am, do this. And you said, I don't think you should have pulled me over, so I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And I'm going to lodge my foot against the door, and I'm not going to get out. I'm going to make you drag me out of my car, and then I'm going to kick you because you shouldn't have pulled me over in the first place. When all you had to do was get your ticket, go to JP court, and try to fight it there legally. But here you are in felony court for a second-degree felony instead. So do you want to try to tell that story to a jury, or do you want to accept some responsibility today?
I don't feel like going to trial.
You don't feel like going to trial. Well, there's two parts to that question. Do you feel like accepting responsibility?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think it would be a better idea next time you're pulled over to comply and just do what they ask you to?
Yes.
And Your Honor, just for the record, Miss Johnny did review the video with me in my office, so she is aware of what all transpired. She saw it.
Do you have any reason to believe she shouldn't be pleading to this from what you saw?
I do not.
So, you even saw how you acted.
It's a cinematic turning point, the gavel of reality falling. The judge isn't just talking to her, she's talking to everyone watching. Every no reason stop, every I don't deserve this protest that spirals out of control. It all begins with one refusal to listen.
It's probably a good idea. All right. I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney. I hope you prove me wrong on this because I really have some concerns that you're going to be able to be successful because you're not taking responsibility and you're not wanting to follow directions and things like that. And you're about to have 4 years of having to follow directions on probation. So I'm going to defer all proceedings for 4 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine. You're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is a great opportunity today because you are not a convicted felon. You don't have that conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete it, follow all of the rules, you will never have a felony conviction. At the end of your probation, the case will actually be dismissed. The other side to that, though, and this is really important for you to understand, because we've had this conversation now so many times, I'm not likely to forget you. And you can ask anybody, and Ms. Holmes has known me for a long time. It's not usually good when I remember people, right? So if you violate your probation, you'll get brought back into court. You could be found guilty, which means you become a convicted felon, and I can sentence you to prison anywhere in the range of punishment, which is up to 20 years in prison for this. You understand?
There's a chill in her words, not cruelty but warning. The defendant is given mercy wrapped in discipline. Freedom, but with a leash. How many people get a second chance and still don't see its worth until it's gone?
Yeah.
All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation will go over your paperwork as soon as they're ready.
Okay, and you said that I'm not considered a conviction felon, but I was told that even though you say that, it's still going to be on my record.
So the arrest is on your record. The arrest will always be on your record. But so if you're asked a question on filling out an application for a job or something, if it says, have you been convicted of a felony? The answer is no. But if it says, have you ever been charged with a felony or are you on probation for a felony? You are going to have to say yes to that. But the conviction part is still better than nothing, not having that conviction, right?
Yes.
Okay, have a seat in the courtroom. Watch for probation to call you up.
Well, I'm just going to go back to Gonzalez for a minute. When did she actually get picked up, I wonder?
Thursday.
Hey, this is to quash a warrant, right? That's a
Correct.
and that is what Ms. Gonzalez is asking, right?
Well, she just got put on the calendar for that purpose.
It's been served, so
It's been served.
like I said, so Ms. Gonzalez is asking that the warrant be quashed or it should be PR'd.
Right.
Okay, I just want to make sure I understand what we're being asked here.
Well, and I want to make sure I don't stand.
Shadowing the city's position.
5 missed court dates. 5 second chances ignored. Now the courtroom feels colder, like patience itself has run out. You can almost hear the unspoken question in the judge's tone. Why should the system keep believing you?
I think the city's position is likely.
Warrant's been served, the issues, conditions of release, but she has some discharge. That's how.
I think the city's position is probably the court's position, but I want to see if we can get hold of Ms. Gonzalez. Ms. St. Marie.
It's just her office number and all of those things.
All right, so we got to put Ms. Gonzalez on next week. Ms. Gonzalez, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if your attorney has been notified or not. I know you left a message. Well, Mr. Fleck, right now, how many times have we issued warrants on this? 3 times?
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
I don't have my file here, but I feel while we also tried not to issue warrants, thinking, well, she's just around the corner. She'll be here next week, or 2 weeks, and we just sent her a note. And I think whatever the warrant amount is.
1, 2, 3, 4 warrants in 2024 and then this is number 5. So Ms. Gonzalez, we're not going to change the bail right now, but we are going to put you back on the calendar for next week. A week from today is the 10th. You think you're going to be able to? Yes.
For a moment. Anytime I've been in court and gotten any dates, I've always been there. They don't show up at our house for whatever reason. Anyone that's ever been sent to the house, I've not received, but I've always been there. I just got a new phone this last week, which I don't even know the number on it. I was supposed to send it to my lawyer on Friday.
Well, I think you misunderstood the way I said it. We don't send warrants over to the house. I'm saying that you're about 2 or 3 blocks away from court, and I can't seem to get you here. So we're going to keep the warrant amount where it is right now, and we're going to put you back on for next week and let Ms. St. Marie know that you're in custody and you're on court.
It's the same story told in a new voice. Excuses stacked like paper on a desk. The judge doesn't shout. She doesn't need to. Her calm firmness says it all. Justice has a schedule, and it's running out of patience.
For next week at 1:30. And I'll go back to my first question. Do you think you're going to be able to post that bail?
I cannot post that bail. And right now, the main reason is the old guy that I take care of, he's already been home the last 4 days alone. And I've tried to get people to check on him, but I don't know if anyone has even managed to. But he has the first bail right now, but this last week, his card got compromised. He thought he would try some online casino thing, and he did Bitcoin. We canceled his card, and we have no access to his account.
Your Honor, I think I have reason to suspect that someone has been in contact with the gentleman she's concerned about. I think that Ms. Gonzalez, there was that gentleman posted $1,000 bail that got forfeited last week because she was not here, and that was after an attempt to when she was supposed to be here on the 30th of December. She didn't show. I think we bounced that around a few times because we didn't want to, and then his bail got forfeited on the 24th, which would have been last Monday, if I'm right.
Right.
And so I think that we can just keep her on next week, and we can talk about why the bail isn't what I think it should be next week.
Do you think it should be higher?
I jeopardized the place I live too, because I work off my rent.
No, I understand, Ms. Gonzalez, but for some reason, I'm unable to get you to court on time.
Well, the last time there was a power outage and they rescheduled, but I didn't know that they rescheduled. It was canceled my last court date due to the power outage.
I know. Well, we're not going to change the bail today. We're going to see you next week at 1:30. If you can post the bail, you need to be here in person. You don't have any Zoom privileges. You just have to get over here.
Could you lower the bail or something?
The tension breaks like thunder. No shouting, just truth cutting through excuses. The gavel falls, and the lesson is clear. The courtroom remembers. Justice doesn't chase you forever. But when it catches up, it's final.
I think that I could lose the place I live if I can't get out to take care of him.
Well, I honestly, that is not my responsibility. My responsibility is to get you to court on time, and that has proven to be trying to part the Red Sea. We'll see you next week. We'll try to see you next week at 1:30 in custody or out, but you gotta be here in person.
Most of
Okay?
it.
See you next week.
Mailed it to the
All
wrong
right.
house though, and that was
Oh,
proven.
no. You've lived at file always since I've been here and I can't get you to court.
But they've
You wanna
been
keep
sending it
arguing
to
with
Robin
me?
Hood
You
Loop.
wanna keep arguing with me or do you wanna be here next week at 1:30? That's an yes or no question. You'll be here next week at 1:30. No more arguing. Please. I can't take it. See you next week.
2 women, 2 crossroads. One learned that obedience could have spared her years of struggle. The other still hides behind reasons, not realizing the system has already moved on. In this courtroom, every word echoes louder than you think. Justice listens. Justice remembers. Like, share, and subscribe if you believe accountability is the real mercy.